And now I'm going to draw in some of the elements of the guitar, the basic elements. Don't worry if it's not perfectly accurate. You can do this with a paintbrush or a Posca pen, obviously. If you don't feel comfortable drawing a circle by hand, just trace around something. That will be painted in with burnt umber. Then there's the, is it called the fretboard at the bottom? Not sure what it's called, this piece. Actually, that's too far down. It's more in the centre. Most guitars have 6 strings. I'm going to block in the black here. Can be just dark brown, obviously, but I might take that to dark brown. And the neck of the guitar sort of gets smaller as it goes up, and it goes down to the and then the idea is to get a brush and block in the neck and the space, the hollow. I'm using burnt umber. That's been my consistent colour throughout. You can see the roses coming through slightly, the paint. I quite like that. So putting in more detail. With the guitar there are these pieces that stick up 3 and 6 strings normally, so that will need to be wider. The strings are attached to. Now the frets at the top of the neck, going upwards, they get slightly wider as they go up. Just minutely wider as they go up the neck of the guitar. I'm doing this by hand rather than a ruler or anything because I like the, excuse me, that's pumping the, doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually slightly wrong, but I don't really mind. Okay, now 6 strings. Now this is the tricky part. I may have to make this neck wider. See, that's got to go. Right, brush time. And that's only 4 strings. So then obviously the neck has to get wider. I'm going to dry that. I've taken a small brush, a tiny brush, and dipped it into the guitar colour paint. This is too wide. I'm not too concerned about everything being perfect at all, but I just want a little thinning out of some of the lines here. Obviously they're not completely straight, artistic license and all that. Now I want to see. Put in an edge here. Actually, I'm not quite sure that's right. I'm going to make that into a shadow because there would be a shadow, clearly. Take that over some of the roses as well. Because the light source is coming down here. It gives it some depth. I might consider putting an edge in to the guitar pretty soon. Not sure where yet. I'm going to have a look at it and see where it needs to be. Oh. Now, get dry brush. Where are you, dry brush? Anyone will do. This one. And smush it about. Okay. Now that fretboard, I believe it's called. No, that's a fretboard. This bit I do not know what it's called. It needs to be a bit wider. Doesn't have to be perfect. And here. I want to decorate the outside of surrounding the circle or hole. Now, most guitars are decorated in some way around. So I've got my Posca pen and I'm just doing some small dots. You can do whatever you like as decoration, of course. We might take the black and outline the surround of the guitar. That's gone a bit. That's it. I need to. When that's dried, I'm going to glaze a little bit in certain places and have a look at it and think if it needs an edge, or to see which direction I'm actually looking at this from. But actually the main body of the guitar looks really nice and echoes well with the shape of the hills and the couple. I have decided to add an edge by looking at when I looked at the the painting. I wanted to put a little bit of a three-dimensional aspect into the guitar by putting this outer edge. Take some burnt umber and just bit of glaze over lighting, I think. Needs a bit of a glaze. Not too much. Excuse me. Just going to put a bit of depth behind their heads. Where actually there would be a shadow from the guitar